I'm telling you, this is a bad idea. This is not a good idea, okay? Ah, why did this happen? It was a night with a beautiful moon, and I was dangerously pedaling the mama cycle. Is she like sitting behind us? How is she traveling? Oh my god, even sights like this street actually looks, despite the fact that it's actually well lit, this particular image and scene to me actually looks pretty creepy and scary too. Maybe it's because of the trees and the branches and everything, but I don't know. Ugh, freaky deaky. I passed through the residential area to the north of the train station, near the family restaurant, then continued west along the grooved river. The grooved river was called Shimokawa and was one of the rivers that flowed into the Tawagama waterworks. This river gradually curved northeast and headed towards the area I lived. Every time my bike bounced off the bumpy road, Yoishi's body pressed against mine as she sat behind me. I could feel the slight inflation of her breasts on my back through my jersey, and every so often I had misplaced thoughts of how we would look like a nice couple. Dude, those are not the thoughts to have right now, okay? This is not the game or visual novel or the story for this. This is not a happy story with just, couples and whatnot. No. However, what was hanging onto my back was a psycho girl, dressed entirely in black. Her arms wrapped around my waist were oddly cold. Aren't girls supposed to have higher body temperature? Oh god. What are you trying to say with that? What are you trying to say with that? Like soft, warm, and with a nice scent. What are you saying? She's rough, cold, and smells? However, I could hardly feel any heat from Yoichi, who was sitting at the rear of the seat of my bicycle. Oh god. She is a ghost or dead or whatever, I don't know. But we felt her breast. You can't feel the boobs of a ghost, okay? Otherwise I'd be drowning in them right now. You guys probably wouldn't have noticed if I didn't say anything right now, but I'm not afraid to admit that I just needed to take a little bit of a break there, okay? And I wanted to take a break, right? But just to sort of calm my nerves a little bit and gather some courage before we go into this house together with Yoichi. But, oh my god, you never guess what the fuck happened when I went into the bathroom, right? So, first of all, there was a huge fucking spider on my ceiling, right? In the bathroom, right above the shower. And I believe like the type of spider, it's called daddy long legs, right? The one that has those really thin but really long legs. Ugh. And this one, I swear to god, it was freaking huge, right? I am scared to death of spiders, and I'm not exaggerating. This one was the biggest daddy long legs I've ever seen. This daddy had some freaking long legs, okay? So first of all, what I tried to do, right? Because actually I need to take a shower tomorrow, so obviously I'm not gonna let the spider fucking stay there. So the thing that I did, I grabbed like the shower nozzle, right, and I just put it on and then sprayed it at the spider on the ceiling, hoping that it would fall down and then fall into the gutter or something, and just it drowns and it just goes into the ocean or something. I don't know, as long as it's not my freaking problem anymore. But the thing that happened, right, there's like you have like we have like a particular stand in the corner of the shower where we put like the shampoo bottles, other stuff that you use while showering and whatnot, and of course it was right above that. And when I sprayed him with water, it actually fell on the top shelf of it. So, I didn't even know what the fuck to do at that point. So the thing that I just did is I just kept spraying water at that top shelf over and over again until I actually thought like I'm just gonna drown it and then hope it's gonna overflow, and then it like floats off and then it goes into the gutter. But it has holes at the bottom, so it actually can't just it can't fill up to the point where it's gonna overflow. So every single time I just kept spraying water, and then I started going down. I'm like, fuck, alright, he's never coming out of there unless I get it out of there. So, and the thing is actually pretty high, the top shelf, so I had to get like a little what's it called, like I guess just a little step stool, a little chair or whatever. I stood on it, almost slid and broke my skull, but I'm alright. And yeah, I just like I removed one of the shower bottles slowly, and then see if the spider was still there. It was still freaking there. It was twitching, like, oh god, please, no more water. It seriously said that out loud to me, like, no more water, please. And then once again, I actually squished it with the shower bottle. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry that I'm so scared of so much of a pussy that I had to kill you for this. But I squished it with the shower, with the shampoo bottle, and then I had to freaking take it out. So I wrapped my entire arm around in toilet paper. I know it's a huge waste, but I don't freaking care. It's a freaking spider. I'm scared of those things. So I wrapped my entire arm like with the whole toilet paper, almost grabbed it and then just flushed it. Oh god. So yeah, even though that was supposed to be a break, I still got freaked the fuck out. But alright, back to the game. I think I pressed space a couple of times, but I think where we left off is this particular sentence. If it were to turn out that only I could see her, I wouldn't even be surprised. That's what we thought about before too, right? That maybe we could be the only one that saw her. But then it would be kind of weird that she ordered 7 drinks, and you know, she was actually physically drinking it as well. That would be kind of weird, but I don't know. That's how far away from our date this nighttime bicycle rendezvous was. Oh god, are we already going to the house? The residential area became distant, and in its stead came fields. The city lights became dim, and it felt like the number of stars increased, and the scent of grass became stronger. Seriously, these freaking background pictures are actually so well drawn that they freaked me the hell out. We were much closer to my home. Quite rural. Shut it! That was my response to Yoishi's line after some period of quiet. I don't mean it in a bad way. I didn't realize Mushashino still had such a place. That's why I figured the rent would be low. I vented a bit of my feelings of self-deprecation. Oh, that beautiful full moon! What the fuck? Was this like that was like the bird's eye view of like a bird landing down into the bottom branch of a tree or something? Oh my god, why is it so dark in the back of this trail, you know? Oh my god. Houses became very scarce, and after passing by several old temples, we entered an area dense with trees. By following this narrow path, we would arrive at that house. To be honest, I don't want to go at night. When I said that behind me, it only happens at night, so we should go at night. Yoichi readily replied, how does she know? Oh my god, the thing about this that's the freakiest about this, right? Everybody else kind of dispelled it, like, what was the other girl? Karasu also said like, yeah, no, it's nothing, it's just schema, blah blah blah, bullshit. And everybody else kind of basically said nothing about it, about the house that grants wishes. But the fact that Yoichi is interested in it means that there's something really, a ghost or anything else really is in that house, you know? So we weren't just imagining it or something like that. It's really freaking real. A very sound argument. For a while, we remained wordless until Yoichi asked, "What was your wish?" Huh? Because you're painstakingly living in the house that grants wishes, aren't you? Painstakingly? Or rather, I just had no money. Nothing special. I hoped that my family's business would go well. That's all. I answered, okay, what if the house actually does grant wishes, but, you know, the thing is, like, you know, I feel like even if it does grant wishes, it doesn't come at no price. It doesn't give you something for free. You actually have to give something back to it. So what if it is like haunting us now in return, or it actually wants something from us back now in return, and we haven't given it anything yet? Oh my god. What, is it just me? Like, if you just look at the anywhere on this freaking background, right? I can actually imagine like faces. On the bottom right, I see like a dead unicorn. It looks like honestly, this looks like a donkey, but then it has a unicorn horn at the top. What the fuck? Surprisingly, you think of your family, Yoichi commented without giving any trace of emotion. Surprisingly is pretty harsh, I began replying, but then we saw that house beyond the black forest. Oh god, holy shit. Even from a distance it looks fucking scary. That... yeah. Looking over it again, I was amazed at how I rented such a house. Dude, even from that view just now, you should have thought like, hell fucking no, I should not buy this house, okay? What the hell were you thinking, honestly? I guess money just really makes people just think unreasonable. Like even in this case it was like lack of money, right? Because we thought, oh, this place is cheap, we should buy it, and then we didn't think about all the negatives or like the you know, everything that seems so obvious now. We didn't think about that at all. Money can do strange things to people, even the lack of money. Looking at it now, no matter who looked at it, it looked completely like a haunted house. What the fuck? Oh shit. Why are we going inside? This is a bad idea. As I slid the Mama Psycho into the first floor garage, Yoichi jumped off the rear seat of the bike. Oh god. When she pressed the switch on the steel column, the light on the ceiling of the garage turned on. That was all it took to reduce my fear. Yeah, sure, you find comfort in light right now, but that's not gonna happen later. The light ain't gonna save us. Yoichi began walking about on her own, looking at the building from several angles. Oh my god, I hate darkness here. I feel like in just the darkest corner here, there could be a ghost hiding. A magnificent building. Yeah, riddled with ghosts, right? That's why it's magnificent. She said, and then she began walking ahead of me. She climbed the stairs to the entrance on the second floor. Not having any other choice, I placed one foot on the stairs, but could not go further. What the fuck was that? As for Yoichi, she quickly climbed the stairs, opened the door without permission, and glanced inside. What is that noise? I hope that's her just, you know, walking the stairs. Alright. Now that I think about it, I flew out without locking the door. That means I left it unlocked for several days, which was very careless of me. I was just looking up from the bottom of the stairs. It was pretty shameful, but I'm the one that experienced the fear. I'd say it's perfectly normal for an animal to not want to get any closer unless safety is ensured. How is it? Dark. Well, of course! And with that, Yoichi quickly went inside. You one crazy bitch, Yoichi. I was afraid of being left at the bottom of the stairs, so I rushed after Yoichi. I would be, to be in Nagi's shoes right now would be so horrible, you know? Because you're in a place you don't want to be, but you are with a person who actually wants to be here and is like actively exploring things. This is the person, you know, happens often in horror movies or whatever. There's one person who's eagerly happy that they're here and exploring, and the other person is there with huge reluctancy, and the person that is very reluctant of being here of course has to follow the person that is actively exploring, because otherwise that person is going to be even more scared. So you're forced to follow the other person even if you're scared shitless, because you know you're obviously going to be more scared if you're alone and if you're separated and shit like that. So see, this is why it's just a bad idea we came here. Can we please go back? Then it would not be an exciting horror game, of course. Damn it. Oh, the light, thank you. When I opened the entrance door, the side was already lit with electricity. Yoichi stood straight next to the lamp switch, glancing around from the ceilings to the walls. Light is great. I felt calmed just by it being bright to the point of not knowing whether those creepy happenings were reality. When I was about to take off my shoes at the foyer, I saw that Yoishi's knee-high boots had already been taken off neatly. She may surprisingly be well-to-do, I thought, but then it struck me that, come to think of it, we hadn't even properly introduced ourselves. Hey, it's belated, but I turned toward Yoichi and said, I go by Nagi online. My real name is Yamato Nagito. I'm a freshman at university this spring. She didn't turn around. She nodded, and then said, I'm Yoichi, your worst nightmare. Isn't that a handle? Wrong. My surname is Mitsurugi. Not that it matters. Oh god. Mitsurugi. Yoichi. She continued being odd. She used her real name online, and then didn't care for her surname. What was that? I think this is 5? I don't know the specific characters for the numbers, but I think it was 5. It happened in the toilet. So 5 was on the wall of the toilet. However, as if to say that it was a waste of time, she asked that, and so I pointed to the far end of the second floor. Yoichi silently went there. Without hesitating, she opened the door, turned on the light, and peered in. Don't tell me it's fucking gone now. I quietly followed. Right? It looks like the letter 5, right? It's not schema, right? I said to Yoichi's back. You know of words such as schema? She replied, as if being condescending. Well, I mean, I am an occult maniac. That was a lie. It was information I just received. Oh shit, there it is. In a state where you've received a specific set of information, when you see a meaningless future, your brain follows the information to create a suitable schematic. That is schema in cognitive science. But this is without a doubt 5. Even I see it that way. Yoichi said, not caring for my words, as she traced her fingers over the engraving. Well, it wasn't like determining that wasn't schema solved anything. If anything, it made things worse. If this was truly a deliberately written 5, then someone wrote that in this house. Or rather, something. And that was in the house. Oh fuck. What is it? 6? I think that's 6. That character actually looks familiar. I used to play, me and my family used to play a lot of Mahjong. I don't know what's it called in English, but you know, the one with like the stones, and then you have to create a, I don't freaking know. I was pretty good at it though. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, because it looks like a human, you know, like a human doing the splits. What is it called? Like the jumping jacks definitely looks like that. I'm pretty sure that's 6. Having finished observing 5, now that I think about it, that looks a lot like 5 indeed. I'm pretty sure that's 5. Yoichi went across the hall to the bathroom with the toilet, turned on the light, and opened the door. She placed her face right next to the symbol engraved into the windowsill. When I followed behind Yoichi, I smelled something odd. Truth be told, it had been bothering me since I met Yoichi, but now that I was in an enclosed space with her, it had become clear. Are you wearing some sort of perfume? Yoichi wordlessly shook her head. No, but you. This smell. And then I realized what that smell was. Did we step into dog poo or something? I smelled it in my rooms during middle school. A sour, nose-curdling smell, as if something was rotting. Oh god, do we have the smell of death around us? I totally understand this as a rude thing to ask a girl. I pinched my nose as I asked, when did you last take a bath? And then Yoichi turned around and looked at me quizzically. Oh shit, she is mad. I'm sorry. And then she looked at the ceiling. And when she seemed like she was searching through distant memories, I had a bad feeling. Never? You have to think about it? I don't quite remember. But maybe last month? What the hell? Take a bath! A bath! Right now, woman! This is a bathroom. That's not what I mean! Do you not take showers? Clean your hair? What does that have to do with this number going down? Yuichi seemed completely bewildered as she asked me, but come on! I'd heard about dirty girls, and I do like them, but not smelly girls. And I know French royalty were famous for never taking a bath, but this is contemporary Japan, for God's sake. Do high school girls don't take a bath for a month exist? What you say lacks reason, she said flatly, and then peered closely at the windowsill again. I guess, for people like her, it's not interesting to take a bath. It's not even necessary. It is without a mistake. 6. And then she turned around and asked, how about 7, I think? She really had no interest in anything other than the paranormal. I sighed and helplessly guided her. That was on the landing towards the 3rd floor. That was where the middle-aged man I didn't know was standing during the suspected association game Yuichi had made me play earlier. I knew this fucking looked familiar. Oh god. I didn't want to follow her there, so I just gestured over there. Yuichi wordlessly climbed the stairs and then leaned towards the wall. That looks like 7 too, right? However, Yuichi didn't immediately answer. Instead, taking a mini light from her pocket, shined it at the letter 7 and looked all around it. Is something wrong? Oh my god, don't look at me like that! Is she possessed? This is certainly 7, but odd. What's odd? I was about to ask. Girl, please don't look at me. Woo! Suddenly, Yuichi vomited. What the fuck? She didn't do anything cute, like place a hand over her mouth in an effort to hold it back, but rather, standing tall with her arms folded, she boldly vomited, which definitely made me take a step back. She was just standing confidently and just like, oh well, I gotta vomit, let's just spew it out. Like, you know, she wasn't even trying to stop it. Oh my god, she was like, blah, like a freaking fountain or something. What the fuck? Used to vomiting. That's how it seemed, and I completely saw it through. Dripping vomit, sparkling intestinal fluid, and the remnants of the orange juice she'd been drinking. Oh my god, girl, what the fuck? What was with her? Doesn't take baths, takes vomits out in the open, and loves the occult, and wears coats during the spring. A psychotic girl. However, I finally noticed that the psychotic girl did seem to be struggling a bit. Hey, are you alright? I ran to her and began rubbing her back as she powerlessly nodded, then wiped her mouth. There was vomit on the landing, but she resumed conversing as if nothing had ever happened. I thought it was strange since when you wrote your post, I wondered why the countdown began from 7. Huh? Normally, countdown should start from 10 or 9. How should I know? I mean, ghosts are scary because you don't know what they're thinking. How would a human like me know why something like that began counting down from 7? Or we missed that it actually had written down somewhere 8, 9, and 10 and we just completely missed those 3 numbers? It could be that too. Wrong. The paranormal have no rules, but the other side has intentions as befitting of the other side. Yoichi said as she climbed the stairs. I had no choice but to follow. As if to say there must be an 8, 9 somewhere, Yoichi turned on the lights to the 3rd floor and began peering at the walls. Her posture, as she crawled about on all fours, scampering along the walls, was both creepy and comical. Afterwards, Yoichi began mumbling to herself and didn't respond to me, so I gave up and went back to the 2nd floor. Oh god. I poured water from the sink next to the toilet into a bucket and threw a rag in. After all, this is my house, and while I couldn't forget the hollow face of the middle-aged man I saw at the family restaurant, I tried not to think about it and cleaned up the vomit. Dude, I would just let it rot there, I don't give a shit. Ugh, why does vomit smell so bad? Somehow, it always entices you to vomit too. And it was irritating that the one who vomited seemed to not care at all. As if it was obvious that it would be my job to clean after her. Hey, do you not eat? There's only liquid in this. Oh, this is weird. I said it with a bit of a nasty tone. But Yoichi, who'd come back from the 3rd floor, simply mumbled that there was no 8 or 9 anywhere. I snapped at her totally depressed reaction. I said there was none! But she ignored my comment and began looking at the walls on the 2nd floor. Half exasperated, I watched over her as I went down to the 2nd floor with the rag and bucket. Then I looked at the clock and asked her, Hey, are you alright being out at this hour? Of course, that was pretty belated, given that it was almost 3 a.m. If I were her parents, I'd be beside myself with anger. Oh, you girl, dude, okay? When you look at this girl, there's a high, like, 60-40 chance that she killed her own parents, okay? Or didn't have any parents to begin with. Something weird like that, because obviously she's a psychotic girl. She can't just have a normal family, okay? They're either dead, probably dead, or missing, or ran away, or she murdered them herself. I don't freaking know, okay? But it can't just be that her parents are waiting at home like now. Oh god, Yoichi, where are you? I'm gonna call the police. No way. I hope you called home before coming out at this hour. I mean, I know it's my fault that this is happening, but parents are always worried. I always thought my parents were annoying when I was at home, but once you go away, you feel gracious for it. However, she wasn't listening to my lecture. The thing about her eyes is sometimes, like now you only see that deep blue color of hers in her eye, like the irises, right? But sometimes she saw this hint of redness, and it happened when she puked too, and I'm pretty sure I saw it before as well. I don't know if that means anything, or maybe it's just a reflection off of something, or I don't know, but I just thought that was, I guess, worthy of pointing out. I noticed that she was completely immobile, staring at a single point. What if the number 8 is actually on the clock? What is it? I asked, but Yoichi didn't move. She stood still, frozen like a mannequin. I stood behind Yoichi and looked where she was looking. She found the freaking 8, I'm telling you. She found it. Or the dude. What the fuck is it? That was where Yoichi had vomited. Oh god. And exactly where the middle-aged man was standing. In my imagination. That I only knew about. This is freaky. Wait a second. Who are you doing a staring match with? When I placed a hand on her shoulder, she twitched, as if a curse had been lifted. Oh god. What if that place, you know, he was actually standing on the exact place where that ghost man was as well? In that, you know, in that, I don't know if it's imagination, but when we, in our imagination, came to this house and when Yuichi said the ghost was there, like, it was the exact space there, you know? So maybe there's something about that particular space. That's obviously the thing that made her vomit. I'm pretty sure that's the thing that made her vomit. But, like, like she was looking at that spot, and I'm pretty sure she must have seen that dude or something. Or, I don't know, but she was almost enthralled by it. Oh, goosebumps. And then she whispered, ever so softly, "I see." When she turned around, her face was filled with joy. I could tell by the slightest blush creeping into her pale face that she was excited. How are you excited about this, you crazy bitch? Oh god, see, there's the redness again. I don't know if it means anything. Hey, did you notice? What? But Yuichi didn't respond, instead turning on her heel and heading toward the foyer. Hey! Hey, wait! Let's get out. She quickly put on her deep black boots and walked straight out of the entrance. I hurriedly put on my sneakers and chased after her. I tried not to look inside as I turned off the light, closed the door. I remembered to lock it this time. Oh god. I stuck close by Yuichi as she staggered down the stairs. Oh fuck. We walked near the where the mama cycle was parked, inside the garage. Yuichi looked up at the building once more and said, "This building is very interesting." What are you talking about? Oh god. Under the stairs to the 3rd floor, there's a meaningless space. What? That moment, I felt a chill travel down my spine. The fuck? I see. What the fuck is that? The eeriness that I'd felt all along about this house. I finally understood it. I don't understand shit. Indeed, it had always felt like something was odd about this house. And that was the area under the stairs which I could never reach. You couldn't enter a space under the stairs from either the outside or inside of the house. You hear about places that don't open sometimes. This was similar in that we didn't know what was inside. Fuck! And look at this. Yuichi pointed at the mailbox by the stairs in front of the 1st floor. My full name was written on a piece of paper the size of a business card, and 3 lines had been carved in, as if to override my name. It was unmistakable. What the fuck is it? What? Why is everything red? 8? 3? Are you fucking kidding me? Are we at 3 now? You're shitting me. No. We just were at 4 the exact same day. What the fuck does this mean? The countdown continued. Yuichi placed her face almost right onto the engravings and mumbled happily, "This place is real." But I said with a hollow voice, I'm at my limit.